from inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job.
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
All of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Using his legs, it's Fletcher. There he goes. Bust through behind his pad. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Running inside, it's Pringle. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the snap, it's Brown. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Maybe a creep. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Canes.
And they talked about it coming into this game, guys. They were going to be aggressive. They had an opportunity. Could have kicked a field goal? Absolutely not. Hammer down, they stay aggressive, and they strike first in this football game.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They marched 78 yards down the field, and they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Here's the pressure. Floats it out in space. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. He was looking to get the ball farther downfield, but he just had to take what he could before he got drilled.
Sometimes you can look down the field, Reese, but you see that pressure, and it's getting to you. Get rid of the football. You don't want to take the sack. You don't want to lose the yardage.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Hauls it in at the 40. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. With the catch, it's Lofton. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. They reached a national championship game last year, couldn't quite get the job done. What challenges do you see them running into this year beyond the schedule?
And that motivated them all offseason to be runner-ups, to watch somebody else celebrate and hold the trophy, and you were so close, Jesse. New additions, new faces, but this squad is hungry.
That's the key. This coaching staff really took a deep dive into their roster, and they isolated the positions that they felt they needed to get better at, and they addressed that in high school recruiting and the portal. I'm expecting big things from them this year.
Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Quickly complete. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
And for the majority of the offseason, we thought Mensah was going to be starting for Duke in the offseason saga that happened. Obviously, a lot went into it. But here's what you know about Miami quarterbacks in recent history. Cam Ward, the #1 pick. Carson Beck, a lot of experience coming in. Now Darian Mensah comes in. Miami finds the guy. They have to have that spot covered. And Palmer, they got a really good one.
They have been able to reload. For everybody that didn't know Darian Mensah and where he started, just look back to his film just 2 years ago at Tulane when he's absolutely lighting up for the American, wins an ACC championship at Duke, and now filling in for Carson Beck and a team that just went to a national championship. But this is a guy with tons of talent, and they think there will be no drop-off at the QB spot. They've got their eyes set on taking one step further this time to win it all.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And I feel like the defense needed that stop. Already giving up a touchdown, early in this football game. They put another drive together, but great job bowing up, getting that 3rd down stop, and hopefully forcing the field goal.
What a disappointment. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Looking to pass. It's Beck. Finds his big tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's...
Snags it, and he's open. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the 1st down.
The Nittany Lions are marching down the field. Might be calling a hot route. Off the play fake on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Complete downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Fires to the tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fellow, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Back to pass on second down. He caught it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. It didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out. And
there he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Miami. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And he makes the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. One final play before the end of the quarter. Off-play action on first down. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that will fall incomplete, and we have played one. Boy, they tried to end the first quarter on a high note to no avail. Second quarter's coming. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air. It's Beck. Finds the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
I know he's got the height and weight of a tight end, but man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Now sliding to his left. Quickly out to the tight end. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say, mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find him.
The Nittany Lions can really attack on this second and short. He might want another play. This is a designed run. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get...
Makes the grab in their space. Delivers the stiff arm. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
Earlier, trailing into games, someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running is able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
The Nittany Lions getting set on 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Moves away as he feels pressure. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Hansen. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Making side adjustments here. Looking for a man. It's Beck. Snagged out of the air. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a 1st down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door 1st and goal.
Got it. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Penn State! Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And that is a huge touchdown for the offense and also a big momentum shifter in this game because now if they kick the extra point, they tie this game, anything could happen.
So Miami signals for a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Throwing, Mensah. Quick completion on the out route. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
Well, when we talk Miami and their ability to throw it, it all starts and ends with Malachi Tony and what he did on some of the biggest stages a year ago as a true freshman, right? He just had that game-breaking speed. You just want to find ways to get this young player the football because he's a home.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And that's not a surprise. When a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like this dude can...
There's some room. Lowers those pads. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And the Hurricanes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pringle. Breaks into the open. Got enough for the 1st. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Baby. We know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown run.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Coming out with it, it's Wallace. He gets a block. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Penn State. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return. The extra point is blocked. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Running inside, it's Fletcher. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Here's Mensah to throw. Right on the money. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed. And as a result,
maybe some room here. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He turns it loose to the left. And he scores! Touchdown, Canes!
Sometimes you see play action for teams that don't really even run the football. I love how they run the football, set it up, next play, take the big shot down the field. The receiver makes the play, makes the catch, and runs it into the end zone.
And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The run inside. It's Hansen. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Caught in the backfield, it's Peoples. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Timeout taken here by the Nittany Lions. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw. It's Beck. Pocket breaking down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Pressure coming. Throws to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to fourth.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Well, the offense is taking a chance here, staying on the field inside its own 40. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. A fresh set of downs after that fourth down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. Touchdown in midfield. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. And the Nittany Lions kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the air on first down. He rifles one deep down the middle. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! A great catch and run for 6.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
Nice grab to get that squib kick inside the 10. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Mensah. Here's the heat. Looking long. Pulls it in on the right. Hits the crease. 10. Touchdown, Miami. Once he got some room, it was over.
And, man, what a game-changing type play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a first down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way, coast to coast on that touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's Beck. Throws to the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 7 team, the Texas Longhorns. And it's the home squad, locked up in a tight one in this matchup of top 10 teams. We haven't even hit the half here today, and it's already shaping up to be an instant classic.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped.
And as we check in on these notable matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football truly is.
The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Complete to the left. Runs through a man. He might have some space. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Such a nice job in pass protection. You got the corner route there to the tight end. It's going to take the big fella a little while to get to that area of the field, so you got to build a nice pocket for the quarterback to throw from. And all 5 guys up front doing their job individually, working together in tandem beautifully. That's what really allowed that play to work.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw, it's Beck. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's where I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him, because they're locked in on that star out wide.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Finding an escape route.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the third quarter and get a stop on third, that should really help their confidence.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. Looking for a crease, it's Fletcher. Picks up the first down. Nothing but green grass down the middle. The 20, the 10. All the way. Touchdown Hurricanes.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you scored. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
Point lead, going for 2 here. If they get it, it'll be a 3-possession game. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. What a mess. A delay of game on the 2-point conversion attempt. That just can't happen. 15-point lead, going for 2 here. If they get it, it'll be a 3-possession game. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Quarterback may change this route. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there.
Right. So let's go.
Back to throw. It's Beck. Finds his big tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on 4th. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Nittany Lions in the hurry up.
And they are showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see them develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end.
Snags it, and there's running room. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The Nittany Lions are rolling down the field. Tight end now in motion. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw again. Time to take a shot. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
To the air, it's Beck. The quick out. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. Tight end finds a soft spot. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500, I would have won the Heisman, maybe. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt. Now, listen, he's in a rhythm right now. He's in a groove. We've seen good decision-making. He's been playing on time, and he's been deadly accurate throwing it. And guess what? This game is far from over.
Might be changing the route. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hansen. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Intercepted, and he's got a convoy with him. He's at the 40, the 20, and he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Canes!
If you're laser focused on defense and you're dialed into the quarterback and you're breaking on the football when he throws, you get a lot of tips, you get a lot of deflections, and then it just happens to bounce to your guy, and your guy does the rest, takes it all the way back to the house. Big play by this defense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. Under fire. Avoids pressure on the right. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Not a lot the defense can do on that one, guys. With this tight end size, he's really difficult to defend on these crossing patterns as he gets downfield.
Complete. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Back to throw, it's Beck. Bringing the heat. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. On the move, it's Fletcher. Makes it past the marker. He'll try to take it back. Past the 20. To the house. Touchdown, Miami.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
On the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll go to the counter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Rushes on him.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on 2nd down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From his end zone, looking to throw. Got to take care of the ball. Finds him out of the backfield. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And the Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Can they catch him? They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So just a lack of discipline, and on 4th down, too, just hands this offense a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mensah. Quickly complete. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down.
Crimson 14, BCS box. Come on, laser. Ready, set.
Looking to fire. Dances away. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
And added on again, this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is... Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
Quick completion on the out. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. The Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up. Trying play action. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Got a man, it's Sowell. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Looking to throw on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Just a short pass to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's third and short. He wants to change this route. He'll throw on third down. Quickly to the tight end. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
I like that play call there. Third and short, QB goes under center. You got the back in the backfield, and everybody's thinking it's going to be a run play. Instead, you throw the football when the defense isn't expecting it to keep your offense on the field.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Fires to the tight end. Turning it on. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Replace! Iron!
The snap sets up the throw. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Big guy smells it. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Penn State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
On the run from inside his 25. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been going over the top. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of at the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He's got him this time.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
And that's got to be so frustrating for this defense. Man, he's already over 100 yards. Like, they're going to continue to feature him, especially on 3rd down. And so far, this defense, they can't find the answer. They can't get him to the ground. They've got to find something to slow this dude down.
Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up 1 on the play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The play action fake. Throws it deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Both of these offenses just up and down the field, scoring at will. This QB's already got over 150 passing yards in the game, so he's not going to stop slinging it. Which defense can get a stop?
It'll be 3rd and long. Here's Mensah to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Wide open downfield. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Hurricanes have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. This time it's complete. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
And the Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. Move. Mensah. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds, and incomplete. Trying to change now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. A strike downfield. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal. Going on the road, handling these conditions in game one, they've done a phenomenal job.
And the extra point was good. He marched 78 yards down the field, and the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. Fielded in the end zone, it's Martin. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got him downfield. Off to the races to the right. He's at the 10. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Trying to run, it's Hansen. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
They'll snag it just inside the 10. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Got his man in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. The Canes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab on the left. He's past the 30. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Wants to throw it again. Got the quick pass. And he's still running after the move. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Throwing, Mensah fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. He goes right back to the air. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Hurricanes will hustle to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got his man. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.